Welcome to Progress in San Diego, Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things. I'm your host, Walter Davis, and with me this evening I have the distinct honor to have Mr. Clifford Caffey of Inland Empire Black Professionals. And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Certainly. Now, you are the CEO, founder. What's your correct title?
My correct title is founder of the group itself.
Outstanding.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your background, please.
Okay. Well, my background, I have a 25-plus year experience in outside sales. I've ran multiple companies. Presently, I own an internet marketing and social media marketing company where I help businesses to find their all-important customers and drive leads to their business. So my background comes from that. I've been involved in several different organizations and sat on many boards, formerly the president of a chamber of commerce, and I felt the need that with the current economic status that it would be important to create an organization like the Inland Empire Black Professionals.
Exactly. Now, you say Inland Empire Black Professionals. What general area is Inland Empire? What does that cover?
Well, basically it covers San Bernardino County, which is really large, and Riverside County. But I also have a chapter in Los Angeles in the Torrance area. Yeah.
And you say Black professionals. Is this open to all cultures or just
Oh,
Black?
absolutely. And when you look at our group, the membership is pretty diverse as it stands. And so we wanted to leave it open from that perspective because we're trying to create a group where commerce can be facilitated across the board, not just in our own communities, but there's a lot of businesses that, and people, individuals that want to do business with us. So we open a group and it's for everyone.
However, one of the major objectives is to improve the economic position of African Americans.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I see, outstanding. Yes. Tell me some more about the mission of the Inland Empire Black Professionals.
Sure. Basically, when I started this group, one of the things that I've uncovered that there are a lot of great African American businesses that are present. However, I look at them as the best kept secret. Many of us don't know that these businesses actually exist. So I wanted to connect the dots with these businesses. And so when I started this group, that's what it was designed to do, connect the dots so that we can start doing commerce amongst ourselves and recirculate those dollars in our community, which is not happening presently from my perspective. And so I wanted that to happen inside the group itself and expand it worldwide.
Okay, excellent. So you have some great programs. You have a jobs program.
Absolutely.
Right, tell me about that.
Well, our jobs program, within our membership base, we want to make sure that if you don't own a business, that's okay. But if you're a professional and you're looking for an opportunity, looking for work, we want to help you find an opportunity. And I think we all know this, that it's about who you know. And especially in this particular economy, it's about who you know. And so here's a great example of that. We had a woman that's a part of our group. She actually has a PhD with our group, and she was unable to find work for 2 years. And so when she joined the group, we heard what she had to say and what the type of work she was looking for, and we were actually able to find her a job in 2 weeks.
Excellent.
Yes. So that's our job program, and we're actually looking for companies that want to post on our discussion board for job openings and that are looking for Black professionals or African Americans, and they have positions available. And so that's open for the job community to post that information on our discussion board.
Got it,
Yes.
got it. Now, you also have a directory.
Yes, we have a directory. And that directory, if you own a business and you want your business to get noticed in our community, that directory, you can post your information on our directory, both on our website and on our meetup board. You can place that information there. And that directory is actually going to be a worldwide directory. And so with the different online internet websites and whatnot that we have, you're able to put that information there so that we're connecting those dots, and people looking for your services and your products and services, they can be found at our internet website or our meetup website. So that's what that directory is designed. So you can put your company information, your email address, and a description of your business. So it's almost like a business directory, but dedicated to African American black professional owned business. And so if you are working for a business that's not black owned, that's okay. You can still put that business there as a black professional.
I see.
Yes.
Excellent. So now you have, without mentioning prices, you have a number of levels of membership, correct?
Yes.
And before I get to that, I want to make sure our audience knows that, because of limitations on public access television, this is going to be on cable television, we're not able to list or mention the websites. However, for the online version of this broadcast, we will be listing the various websites that were just mentioned.
Sure. Thank you.
So in terms of the membership, you have a silver, bronze,
Right.
platinum, and they entail different benefits, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now we have basically two types of members with our group. One, you just join at our meetup page and you become a member. But the other membership is a vested membership. Now, when I started this group, I wanted it to be more than just networking. I wanted it to be able to provide some services that would normally cost a small to medium-sized company quite a bit of money to have produced, and they would skip that process, a very important process, for example, like business plans. Anyone knows that, if you go to have a business plan written, a really good one is going to run you $500, $600, $700. And so a lot of small to medium-sized companies overlook that process, and it's a very important process in mapping where your business is going to go. And I think if you fail to do a business plan, you're planning to fail. So with any one of our memberships, our bronze membership, our silver membership, our platinum membership, you can get one of these services like business plan writing that, like I said, would normally cost you quite a bit to have done at a small monthly fee.
I see. So there's some great benefits that come along with being a member of the organization.
Absolutely.
That support business.
Absolutely. And when I say a small monthly fee, I'm talking about as little as what it would cost you to buy a candy bar each day.
Okay. Well, that sounds very reasonable. Now, one of the most exciting things is your youth entrepreneur program. That's for
Yes.
ages, what, 13 to 18? Tell me about that.
Absolutely. Well, we put this program together for ages 13 to 18. And one of the things that we realized with that particular age group is that we wanted to provide an economic resource for them to get them off the streets. Okay? Now, I grew up in what I call the neighborhood. And I understand what some of the kids are going through in those neighborhoods trying to make a dollar. So I wanted to put together a way that they can do something legally, fresh. Most of the kids today are into the internet anyway. So we wanted to help them establish a business for themselves, utilizing the internet and social media marketing, and teach them how to create a business from A to Z. Now, the people that are on my staff, for example, one of the gentlemen, and I'll just mention his name, is Dr. Lynn Cooper. He works on the financial services side, and he understands what it takes to save money. So this program is not just going to be teaching them how to create businesses, but also teach them how to save that money and ultimately put it away for college. Okay, so this 13 to 18-year-old program, it's all going to be funded by my own personal company. So the things that they're going to learn is actually coming out of the dime of my own personal company to help them, because I understand the needs of the community and I want to provide them an economic resource. And the second reason behind that is when those dollars are recircled back into the community, it ultimately helps with programs in the community that are lacking in our community presently. So that 13 to 18-year-old entrepreneur program, there's going to be an interview process. And we're looking for the right kids, obviously. So there's going to be an interview process. We also want the parents to get involved in the program as well. And so they learn as well, alongside with the kid. We're looking for some sponsors as well, in addition to what I do with my company. But we're looking for some sponsors as well for the program, because it's going to require them to have some tools like laptops. Okay, it's going to require internet access. So these are some of the tools that are going to be required. But right now, I'm handling it. I'm taking care of it because I want to give back to the community. So we're starting off with 20 kids for this particular program. And we're very excited about it, very excited.
So my recommendation to you is to look at my interview I've done with the San Diego Futures Foundation. They have computers donated by Dell and Hewlett Packard, and they're stacked up to the ceiling. They have a warehouse, and they're giving away these computers.
Yes, I definitely let me have that information. I'll make sure I reach out to them because that's what we need for this program.
Yeah.
You know, the computer component is probably going to be the most expensive component for the program itself. And right now, if they have a computer, that's great. You know, that helps in the selection process. But not all of the kids can afford, you know, laptops and computers at this point. And so we're looking for organizations that are willing to donate. And with the internet, you don't have to have an up-to-date computer. You don't have to have a brand new computer. As long as it has a browser, an Internet Explorer browser, a Mozilla browser, then they can get on the internet, and I can start teaching them some of the things they need to learn on how to grow a business utilizing internet and social media marketing.
Understood. Understood. Now, you're looking to reach out to people within the African community.
Yes.
You want to expand within other cultures to bring that business into
Absolutely.
the black community as well, correct?
Yes.
What else do you want to bring to the attention of the audience? Can you elaborate on those things about your outreach objectives?
Well, presently in our community, we're the #2 most spent dollar in America. You know, a little over $1.3 trillion annually. Okay, with that type of spending power, there's economic power that comes along with it that I believe that can be recirculated into the community, and utilizing that money to drive programs for the community. So bringing awareness to that in itself, I believe is really going to help our organization as well as our community. So I want to bring awareness to that. I want to bring awareness to the kids and the struggle. Like, for example, in San Bernardino County, they're faced with a little bit over a 70% dropout rate. That's huge. LA Unified School District is faced with a 40 to 50% dropout rate. So I want to impact the kids positively so that we can create opportunities for them so they don't think there isn't opportunities available for them. I like to, I don't think they are aware of opportunities that are available. So I want to get that to all of our communities and let them know that these are the things that you can do to create commerce for our community. So I want to bring that to their attention.
I see.
Yes.
So I understand, and that this is sort of, I don't want to catch you off guard with this conversation.
Right.
But one of the factors is that we have a very large contingent of African American community in prison.
Yes.
Yet, in San Bernardino County, one of the #1 employers are the prisons.
Yes, it is.
One of the #1 generators of income for African Americans is the prison system.
Yes, it is.
Has your organization addressed that issue? Do you see the synergy that's occurring with the drug laws and the prison system and the impact that's having on the African American community? Is there any type of effort to assuage that?
Well, with our group, you know, we're always looking for ways to positively affect our community. And most recently, we had the candidate for San Bernardino County Sheriff come out and speak to the group. And we talked about what policies that we can implement to offset some of the, you know, drug issues that are faced in our community. And he laid out a pretty good program on what he thought will, you know, prevent some of that, you know, drug issues that ultimately lead to prison. And if you look at the African American community as it relates to black males, you know, there's a big impact of prison in our community that we're suffering from. And so, you know, as our organization is designed to create commerce, and I think with commerce, we'll prevent some of those issues in the community, prevent some of the drug issues, because, you know, drugs are most oftentimes is an escape from your reality.
Right.
Okay, so if we can reduce the amount of, or I should say increase the amount of revenue that's going into the communities, we can make a positive effect in reducing the drug use in our communities, because I recognize that as an escape from what they're the reality. So yes, as an organization, we are trying to do everything we possibly can to help those that are suffering in our community, whether it's commerce, whether it's drugs, you know, policing, if that's not in its proper place. That's why we had the sheriff come out and talk with us, and so we're trying to do all our part in every which way we can.
I understand.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I have observed since I grew up in Birmingham, we had the civil rights movement. And a part of what devastated the civil rights movement are the drug policies that came out. The drug policies that we have in this country appear to target minority people. They appear to target Latinos
Right.
and African American people, which we have a very disproportionate amount in prison right now as a result of these things.
Absolutely.
And my recommendation would be to, we did an interview, for example, with law enforcement against prohibition.
Right.
So the prohibition laws are not working. Just as they didn't work against alcohol, they're not working against
Sure.
marijuana and other drugs. So that might be an alliance, drug policy alliance.
Sure.
Those are groups that seem to be doing very effective things legislatively
Right.
to reverse this trend of people going from kindergarten to high school to prison.
Absolutely.
And then back in the neighborhood for parole and those things.
Absolutely.
It's having a devastating impact. You've also talked about your financial literacy program, again, which seems to be very problematic for our culture because we are one of the smaller percentages in terms of numbers, yet
Absolutely.
we're number 2 in terms of spending.
In
So we're
spending.
not saving money.
Absolutely.
That's having a devastating impact on our community, is it not?
It is. It's having a huge impact on our community. You know, when you have a plan to fall back on, and that is a savings plan to fall back on, because if you're working for corporate America, you can see what's happening presently with corporate America. There is no loyalty in terms of job in corporate America, and so you know people are getting pink slips, and when they're laid off, if they don't have that savings in place, then they find themselves in a very devastating position and having to make decisions on things that they normally shouldn't have to make a decision on, whether to buy milk or to pay for the lights. So with our group, we teach several different ways to save money for yourself, and so that you have that backup plan. And if that did happen to you, you got that pink slip, come talk to us and we'll help you get a job.
Okay, well, that all seems to be aimed towards the right direction in terms
Absolutely.
of solving some of the problems in our community. We're down to our last 10 minutes, believe it or not. This time went by very quickly. I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to talk to the public about how you can be supported better.
Sure. One of the ways that we like to see support is increasing our membership, number one. We like to do that because in numbers, we're greater in numbers. And as a team, together, everyone achieves more. So we'd like to see as many members, whether you're vested or not, with that membership, it helps us to broaden our spectrum. So I want to see it from that perspective. The other way I want to see the community be in a position to help us is if you want to volunteer. Volunteer for any of our programs that we have, like for example, the 13 to 18-year-old entrepreneur program. If you are a business professional and you can add value to that particular program, we'd like for you to give us a call or reach us on any of our sites that you put up later for us, and let us know that you want to help us from that perspective. We need help with things like simple things like reproduction of material, you know, copy material, print, and things of that nature. So if you want to contribute to our organization and help us from that perspective, that would be great. So those are some of the things that we're looking for in terms of help with our organization. And I would say just the last, get the word out, okay, that there's an organization dedicated to connecting the dots for African American professionals, okay? However, our group is a diverse group and we welcome everyone to the group. So you don't necessarily have to be African American or a black professional to be a part of our group. And in fact, right now it's a very diverse group. And so join our group. And especially with our spending of $1.3 to $1.5 trillion annually, there's a report that came out recently. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's called the Nielsen Report. And it talked about the African American spending. And a lot of the data that I've been sharing with you tonight came from this particular report. But inside that report, it talked about how certain well-known businesses are targeting the African American community, and they're yielding, you know, anywhere between 10 to 15% growth each year by doing business with the African American community. We are now in a position economically to spend a little bit more money. That's why we're at the number 2. But we're also a little bit more educated. You know, a lot of us are now carrying degrees, and we're getting better jobs. And so with that, we're able to spend more. Okay, so organizations that are interested in advertising with our group and you know, targeting our community for their business should also give us a call as well, and you know, we'd like to talk to them.
And with all those good reports, some of the things are very problematic as well in this community. Some of our statistics are third world.
Yes.
We have the highest infant mortality rate. We have the highest rates of heart attacks and cancer out of any other group.
Yes.
So there needs to be an extremely intense effort towards educating people about their diet,
Sure.
how to eat properly, how to manage money,
Right.
how to conduct business.
Sure.
The failure rates we have in the high school systems is astronomical. And some statistics reveal that we have as many as 1 out of every 4 African American males in prison, or they're going to be in prison at some time in their life. So it certainly behooves everyone to get involved with the process of developing a more positive trend within this community.
Sure.
One of the things that I know is that water doesn't provide cooling or nurturing for itself.
Right.
A tree doesn't provide shade for itself. The tree is there to provide shade for others. The water is there to provide cooling and nurturing for others. So everything in nature exists for others. And that's why we have to consider the plight of other people.
Absolutely.
We're all American citizens. We all have to look at this as an American problem, not just as problems within the African American community.
Right.
So it certainly behooves us to help you develop synergy with your program and perhaps even replicate your program
Sure.
in other areas. It seems as though you're headed for very great success.
Thank you.
Now, you have some training courses that are available online, which are on demand. Could you talk about that some?
Sure, sure. If you're looking for a way to grow your business and utilize internet and social media marketing, I have some programs that allow for you to log in online, watch the courses as many times as necessary, and learn what I call my 7 steps to marketing your business online. And so you can watch that at any given point. It's online, and you just need to log in from me to have access to it. Now, the members of my group have access to that, especially the vested members, and I continue to update that information ongoing. So right now, it's a 4-week course. However, inside this training module, I have other modules that they have access to, the more advanced. So you go through the stage of understanding the basics of marketing your business, especially online, and then you go to another level which is more advanced, and you get to watch these videos at any point, as many times as you like, as a part of our group.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Now, I want to make sure we're down to our last 5 minutes, so I want to try to cover a couple of things. You meet how often?
Our chapters meet on every other Monday for our Rancho Cucamonga chapter. So, and our Riverside chapter meets on the first Thursdays of every month. And then our LA chapter meets on Wednesdays, the first Wednesdays of every month.
Okay, so there's multiple opportunities and a
Yes.
huge geographical area
Absolutely.
in which people can get involved. Now, you also have sponsors involved with Konica Minolta
Yes.
and Psychotherapy Plus.
Psychotherapy
Incorporated.
Plus. Yes.
So you have a need of more sponsors.
I need more sponsors. Yes.
And of course, you said your company, which is
Clifford Caffey Internet Marketing Solutions.
Clifford Caffey Internet Marketing. What kind of services do you provide with your company?
Well, with my company, if you have a website and you're not getting traffic or traction from your website, I audit those websites and show you everything you need to do from a search engine optimizing perspective to get your customers to your website and ultimately convert them into a customer. Because prior to that, they're just what we call in our business a suspect. And so we see which ways that are working presently by analyzing what's happening on the internet and get them to your website, okay? And then convert them into a customer. So that's one of the things that, we put a focus on. So if you're looking for any type of search engine optimizing, that's what we do as a company. In addition to that, we have the paid course that I teach, which is a 4-week internet marketing course that I teach, and it's every Tuesday, and it's online. So if you can't make it to the live training, I record them, and there's a place for you to go back and review those trainings as well.
Excellent.
But I do a live training on Tuesdays on internet marketing and social media marketing.
Great,
and it's a paid course.
Excellent. Well, we're down to our last 2 minutes, and I want to thank you very much for joining me on
Thank you for having me
on the show, and we'll do some follow-ups on this. I want to thank everyone for joining us here in Progress in San Diego. We are going to be continuing to be available online, although we'll be leaving Cox Communications in the very near term. But we'll still be available on Time Warner and online and on DirecTV as well. I want to thank you very much for joining us in this conversation. I hope that you'll join the meetup, which is going to be displayed at the end of this broadcast, and look for the websites which are going to be germane to becoming part of the Inland Empire of Black Professionals. Thank you very much for joining us.
I mean, there is a point when the electronic music sounds better than the live music.